Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is September 17, 2021. I want to talk about beaten down mid-cap stocks ready to bounce. As you all know, mid-cap stocks are great investments. They're not as risky as small cap. They will give very good returns as we go forward. So with that, let's take a look at few companies. I will talk through them in a little more detail. Top of the list, we got APLS down big, 46% in 10 days. And we got Joby, Melco, McAfee, and so on and so forth. So we will look at many of these companies in a little more detail and see what's worth buying. So before we jump into that, let's look at broader market and see what's shaping. So from a stock news perspective, we have APLS loses third of its value. Looks like its results are mixed, and there is also some FDA which is trying to weigh in here. So with that, with this FDA setback, stock loses big time, third of its value. So at this time, it could be good to buy. And also, company really believes in their drug here, and they think it has the potential to become first treatment for GA, a leading cause of blindness. I think it's good to really buy a little bit into this weakness here and invest in Apellis for a long time. And then we got your casino stocks. We got most of the casino stocks in red right now. We got Wynn Resorts, Melco, Las Vegas Sands, and so on and so forth. It could be good to buy some casino stocks into this weakness. There's always news about casino stocks, Macau not doing well, China cracking down. They always tend to come back. So with that, I would be a buyer in stocks like Wynn, Melco, Las Vegas Sands. And JP Morgan says three strong stocks that could soar. We got Chindata, HYZN, again a autonomous vehicle play, and Blade Air Mobility BLDE. We should look at these stocks also and see if it's worth buying Chindata, Hyzion, and Blade. And we got here TuSimple Holdings, again an autonomous tech company. Looks like it's a good one to buy into this weakness here. And we got our favorite meme stock, Wish. It's an e-commerce platform. According to Investor Place, this might finally make its way out of the doghouse. It's good to invest a little bit in this Wish and see if you can participate in a short squeeze here. And then we got the grill company here, Traeger. Looks like a cook is the stock symbol. Stock has dropped off big time after the earnings. I think it's good to buy cook at these levels here and go from there. And we got here steel stocks which are down right now. Stocks like SID, Rio, MTL, TX, CLF. It could be a good time to buy some steel stocks here and go from there. And we got a lot of these China e-commerce plays. They're finally showing some life a little bit, not quite. It could be okay to buy stocks like IQ here. It's a China-based e-commerce entertainment company. Could be okay to invest a little bit here. So with that, now let's jump into broader markets here. So as you can scan through here, we got S&P 500 trying to go in the trading range right now. As you can see here, we got 50-day moving average here. Many times it hit 50-day moving average and bounced off. Right now it is trying to do same thing here. It touched the 50-day moving average. Right now it's trying to see if it can bounce off of 50-day moving average. It may be okay to buy slowly into this weakness, buy some good names and go from there. And then we got here Nasdaq. Nasdaq, as you can see here, it's a little more stronger here. It's trying to bounce off of its 25-day moving average, as you can see here. And on the balance volume on the Nasdaq 100 is pretty steady here. So I would buy some quality names in Nasdaq 100 also into this weakness here. Sometimes Nasdaq touches 50 and 100-day moving average. So you could buy slowly into this 25-day moving average, and then if it dips a little more, you could buy a little more at 50-day moving average. And then you got your Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is also a little bit weaker of the segments here. Dow Jones is really bouncing off of its 100-day moving average here. I would be a buyer of Dow Jones stocks. Some of the stocks beaten down at these levels here and go from there. And then you got Russell. Russell is weaker of the players here. As you can see here, it gives very good trading opportunities going up and down. Right now it's below its 50-day moving average. As you can see here, trying to bounce off of its 50-day moving average. I would be willing to pick some good quality small cap stocks here and go from there. So with that, let's now look at few mid-cap stocks which are very well into mid-cap ETF like MDY, S&P 500 mid-cap segment. These are the highest weighings in S&P 500 mid-cap. Top of the list we got Enphase Energy. As you can see here, most of the solar stocks are not doing great. So with that, Enphase Energy is trying to touch its 200-day moving average and bounce off of it. So I would be a buyer of Enphase Energy here. Right now, low IV percentile 6.5 and a low RSI. So you could even buy some long-term call options in Enphase Energy and participate in the solar transformation. So as you can see here, on the balance volume is steady even though stock has dropped off. So with that, I would buy some Enphase Energy at these levels and participate in the upward trend. And then we got here West Pharma. So West, as you can see here, trying to drop below 25-day moving average and trying to bounce off here. So West is a great stock. I would buy some West into this little temporary weakness here. As you can see, West has done great. On the balance volume is great, showing some uptrend here. So I would buy some West into this temporary pullback and take it from there. And then we got here DPZ, Domino's Pizza. I think it's also a great stock here. RSI 48 tells the stock is sold off here. IV percentile is 55. So even if you want to sell some put options below current stock price, you get some decent premium here. So as you can see here, stock is trying to bounce off of its 50-day moving average here, and on the balance volume is rising. So I would buy some DPZ at these levels and go from there. And then you got your Taylor. Taylor is again a great stock. You got 13 as the IV percentile, low IV percentile, low RSI. Stock is sold off, trying to bounce off of its 100-day moving average. I would be a buyer of TYL at these levels and take it from there. And next we got a couple more here. We got Tech Data. This stock is a bull. I think it's doing really nicely here. Stock is going up very nicely. Also, as you can see here, we got on the balance volume also rising. I think it's a very good stock here. We should look for a temporary pullback. Given RSI 67, I would wait for a temporary pullback and then buy Tech Data. And then we got CGNX, again a great stock, nice looking chart here, trying to bounce off of its 25-day moving average, nice on the balance volume. I would be a buyer. Right now it's a little bit high for me from an RSI perspective. Any pullback I would be buying CGNX. As you can see here, this stock also gives you nice pullbacks along the way. And then you got here Molina Health, again a great stock. Right now it's trying to bounce off of its 25-day moving average. RSI is 55. I would wait for a little pullback here. This stock also gives a lot of pullbacks along the way. On the balance volume is pretty steady, indicating there are more buyers than sellers. And then you got FICO here. FICO is again a basically credit score type company. Fair Isaac. It's a great company. Stock is sold off, as you can see here. At these levels, it's good to buy some FICO and hold for a while. Next, we look at few more stocks here. We got Solar Edge, again one of the great solar stocks. Right now, stock is sold off with RSI 44. IV percentile is also low. I would be a buyer of Solar Edge at these levels. Look here, even though stock has sold off, on the balance volume is pretty steady. That tells you that a lot of buyers still buying the stock despite of this temporary weakness here. And then we got XPO Logistics. I think it's a great logistics play here. Nice looking chart. On the balance, volume is steady. Stock is trying to bounce off of its 100-day moving average. I would be a buyer of XPO Logistics at these levels. And then you got SBNY. We got a bank here. Nice chart here. RSI is 56, little high for me. I would wait for a little pullback here and buy SBNY. And we got CPT here. Again, Camden Properties. It's real estate play. I think it's a great stock here. It's trying to have a little small pullback here, bouncing off of 25-day moving average. RSI is 55, little bit high for me. I would wait for a little pullback here and then buy CPT and go from there. So with that, here we got a list of top beaten down mid-cap stocks. Top of the list we got APLS. Stock dropped big time. In 5 days 39%, in 10 days 46%. It's about to erase all its gain for 1 year. I would be a buyer of this stock at these levels. I'm sure FDA setback will resolve itself. Company is still working on its blindness cure. I think it's a good one to buy slowly at these levels and go from there. And then you got Joby, again an aviation play here. Institutions are buying its stock, as you can see here. That's a good sign. And it's also down big in 5 day, 10 day, and 1 month. I would be buying Joby at these levels and accumulate. And then you got Melco and other casino plays, I think down big time after China cracking down on Macau. So nice sales growth. I love this sales growth here. And also AVI percentile hit the roof here, 100 right now. So if you want to sell some put option below the current stock price, you'll get some good premium with high AVI percentile. And also low RSI. That's the recipe for stock to bounce back. As you can scan through here, we don't have too much short ratio, but stock is down big. I would buy some casino stocks here and wait for a small bounce. And then we got McAfee here. McAfee is a security play. It's a consumer security play here. $21 stock. Stock is down big time. As you can see here, 5 day, 10 day, 1 month, it's down. So I would slowly buy some McAfee at these levels and take it from there. And we got a few more here. We got TUYA, HUYA, China plays. TUYA has got a nice institution backing here. Institutions are buying, good to buy. And then you got HUYA and Riot blockchain. Both have got high short ratio, as you can see here. Stock is sold off with low RSI. So I would be buying these companies here, TUYA and Riot, and take advantage of this high short ratio. And Riot here, as you can see, there is a high institution buying. Stock is down big. Institutions are buying. Good fundamentals. That's the recipe for stock to create a short squeeze and go up. And then you got Vipshop and Wynn. I think both are good at these levels to buy slowly and go from there. And we got Wynn Resorts here, $84 stock. Stock has come down big after the China Macau gambling crackdown. I would be a buyer in Wynn. It's a great stock. I think they also brought some money in so they can work through their temporary setback. And then we got TuSimple here. Stock is sold off big time, as you can see here, in 5 day, 10 day, done nicely in 1 month. RSI right now is 47. Good to buy some TSP here. And we got Vertiv, JOYY, BBBY. I would do the same thing. I would buy some of these stocks here slowly into this weakness. Watch out for high institutions buying. China data, 15% in institution buying. MUIS, that's a great institution buying, 43%. Stock is sold off, high short ratio. I would probably buy MUIS at these levels and position for a nice short squeeze here. And Marathon Digital, same story. Institutions buying, stock down, relatively low RSI. I would buy some Marathon also. And look at the short ratio here. Some of these candidates have high short ratio. If the short ratio is high and stock is sold off indicated by RSI below 55 or so, I would be a buyer at these levels slowly and get ready for a short squeeze. And if you're an option seller, especially put option seller, look for high IV percentile like 100, 56 combined with the low RSI. That's the recipe for stock to bounce, and you can keep your premium that way. So with that, let's jump into next slide here. We got a couple more here. Top of the list, we got desktop metal 3D printing play. As you can scan through here, institutions are buying desktop metal and stock is down of late. Low RSI 41. I would be a buyer of desktop metal at these levels. Stock is a low price stock, $7. You could buy it outright. And then you got Tilray here. It's again cannabis play. I think most of the cannabis stocks are coming down at these levels here. As you can see, both desktop metal and Tilray have got nice institution buying here. I would be buying along with the institutions here, given there is a low RSI and institutional buying. That's a good sign here. And short ratio in desktop metal is high, 10%. That can cause a short squeeze. And then you got a couple more here. We got Sumo, Tal, Stitch Fix, and so on and so forth. Apply same methodology. Look for high institution buying. For example, Sumo, PACB, Skills, ChargePoint, Tiger or Uptech here, and PTRA. All have got high institutional buying, and look for short ratio, high short ratio here. Stitch Fix a good one. Typically it causes short squeeze and stock rises up. It's good to buy some Stitch Fix at these levels. It's already showing some signs of turnaround in 1-day chart. It's a good one here. And looks like Tall Education is also showing some turnaround along with Sumo Logic. The moment you see some turnaround in shorter term chart, that tells you stock may be ready to bounce back. And as you can look through here, we got high short ratio in Sorrento and Skills, Fisker, ChargePoint, as well as Beyond Meat. So it could be good to buy these stocks given they're down and there is a high short ratio. It's good to buy slowly and go from there. We got one more list here. We got insider buys in some cases like rig or transocean. Institutions are buying AMRS, and also high institutions buying in ASTR. It's again a space play here. We got STEM, KGC gold play here, and Fubo TV. High institution buying here. I think it's good to buy. Rig is a very low dollar stock. Both institutions as well as insiders buying could be okay to buy some and take it from there. And also watch for short ratio here. Many stocks like AMRS, Jinko Solar, SFM, all these stocks have got high short ratio. High short ratio coupled with the low RSI could be a good one to buy into this weakness and accumulate. So with that, let's look at few stocks in a little more detail. Top of the list, we got McAfee.com. It's a cybersecurity company geared at consumers. Stock is down big time, touching its 200-day moving average, trying to bounce off of 200-day moving average. So at this time, it's a good value. Given stock has dropped off, trying to bounce, I think it's a good time to buy some McAfee into this weakness. And then we got Melco. It's again a gambling casino type stock here. Stock is down big time. Right now it's completely bearish with the 200-day moving average on the top, 25-day moving average at the bottom, and on the balance volume dropping off. I think we should be contrarian and buy some of these casino stocks into this huge big bad news. Accumulate slowly. They will turn around as things improve. And then you got blockchain, Riot blockchain here. This also stock is dropping off big time. On the balance volume is steady. That's a tell the stock might bounce back from these levels. I would be a buyer of Riot blockchain at these levels. I think this will bounce off nicely. And we got Wynn Resorts, same like Melco here. Stock is down big time because of China crackdown on gambling. How do you buyer of Wynn here? It's showing some bounce back as you can see here slowly. It is a good one to buy and hold for a while. And we got few more here. Vertiv, as you can see, your stock is dropped a little bit, touching its 25-day moving average. I would be a buyer of Vertiv. Right now, RSI little high for me. I would wait for a little more pullback and buy Vertiv. Nice on the balance volume, even though stock has dropped. On the balance volume is steady. And then you got JOYY. It's again a great stock. Off late, it's not doing well. I would buy slowly into JOYY. I have seen this stock doing very well in the past. On the balance volume is stable, racing and stable. I would buy some JOYY into this weakness here. It's a China-based stock. And then you got QFIN, again China-based stock. It's a finance fintech play here. Stock is down big, trying to bounce here. I would buy some QFIN at these levels here. I think on the balance volume is also indicating there are more buyers than sellers. And then you got here Bed Bath and Beyond. As you can see, a stock is trading sideways for a while. On the balance volume is steady. This also comes with a high short ratio. I would slowly buy Bed Bath and Beyond and take it from there. We got few more here. Marathon Digital, again a Bitcoin play. You could also look at BT. So as you can see here, Marathon Digital also dropped off here. RSI 51 tells you stock is oversold at these levels. Nice on the balance volume. Folks are accumulating the stock. That's a good sign. And then you got Bloom Energy. It's again a alternate energy play here. Stock is dropping off, as you can see here. Okay, on the balance volume, I would slowly buy Bloom at these levels here. Very low price, $18. This stock also goes up nicely, at times. Good to buy and accumulate. A low RSI of $34, 34% tells you stock is completely oversold. And then you got Canopy Growth. All these cannabis stocks are down at these levels. Good to accumulate stocks like Canopy Growth and Tilray at these levels and wait for a nice turnaround. So with that, here are quick cheat sheet on when to buy and sell stocks. I will not go through this in detail. From an entry point perspective, look for a low RSI and on the balance volume racing. From an exit point perspective, look for a high RSI, probably above 60 or so, and on the balance volume falling. So in that case, you can take some positions off the table. And also look for stocks showing some short-term improvements after it dropped off from a 52-week high before you buy. If there is a huge big bad news and stock drops big time, look for some positive stock price increase before buying. Option buyers and sellers, watch out for RSI. A low RSI and a low IV percentile is good for call option buyers. A high RSI and a high IV is good for call option sellers. Put option buyers look for a high RSI and look for a low IV percentile, so that we don't pay too much money for the option premium. For put option sellers, I know a lot of people do this for living. You could look for low RSI and you could look for a high IV, so you can bring in enough premium and make some money that way. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing. Bye.